Well, from the standpoint of the capital bill, to have that continue, about 59,000 jobs in the state of Illinois, this was vitally important that we have the vote today on a clean vote on the capital bill. I'm very happy that Senate Democrats withdrew their almost $500 million that they were going to add to the budget. That made this vote a lot easier. I was not in favor of adding that $500 million to our deficit. As you know, we have a $15 billion deficit in this state, on top of the largest tax increase in our history. So I was happy that we had the clean vote to continue the capital bill and continue jobs and road projects in Illinois.
Did we need to get to this point? How much of this was really ever a threat of stopping construction? How much of this is just sort of part of the theater that is underneath this dome?
Well, part of it, was part of the games that they play in Springfield that people are really sick of. It's the, holding things hostage to get what you want. And people right now, what they want is they want a state that gets it in terms of turning our fiscal situation around to become fiscally solvent. When you look at a state like Indiana next to us, they got a $1.5 billion surplus. We have a $15 billion deficit. And so when you look at that, we have to do things differently. We have to cut, we have to quit spending, we have to quit borrowing, and get our state back to the healthy solvency that it needs to be.
Pay raises, furloughs, is that going to be popular back home? Are there people who, if you get calls or emails saying, hey, you guys are overpaid, what's the reception going to be? I don't want to say, will it play in Peoria? I always hated that cliche, but what do you think the folks are going to think of the vote to cut pay and take furloughs?
Well, one of the first bills I sponsored when I came to the Illinois Senate was a bill to cut legislators' pay by 10%. When we're asking everybody else around the state to cut, which we are and we need to do, it has to start with legislators. We're not going to have any credibility unless we cut our own pay. So I'm supportive of that. With a $15 billion deficit, everybody has to feel the pain, everyone. And when we look at our budget and making the significant cuts that we need to do, everybody needs to feel it. So I'm supportive of that. And I think the average person in my district realizes that the only way we're going to solve this budget problem is cutting spending.